Okay, welcome. Ito naman yung susunod nating topic which is about domain and range of rational function. Okay, domain is a set of values that the variable x can take. So ito lang yung mga values na pwede natin substitute sa x. Normally, ang set of values na pwede nating substitute sa x is all real numbers. Pero may mga function na kailangan ng restriction. Okay, like this one. Itong square na ito represents the x variable, while this circle represents set at ang mga element ng set of A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Medyo narumble lang siya. Okay. So, panoorin natin. Okay. So, nakita natin na yung 3, hindi siya tinanggap na x variable. So, this 3 represents the restriction. So, yung 1, 2, 4, and 5 ay pwedeng ma-substitute or ma-take ng x variable except sa 3. So, ang domain natin is x is an element of A such that x is not equal to 3. Okay, dumako naman tayo sa range. Range is set of all values that variable y can take. So for example, ito yung representation natin ng y variable at ito naman yung representation ng set B. So kung mapapansin natin, hindi niya inaccept yung 10, so yung 10 na maging restriction. Kaya ang range natin is y is an element of B such that y is not equal to 10. Okay, next natin ay pagkuha ng domain of rational function. So meron tayo example which is f of x is equal to 2x plus 3 all over x and f of x is equal to x minus 2 all over x plus 2. So itong tatandaan natin, any number divided by 0 except 0 is undefined. So we are going to avoid the denominator be equal to 0. So ang domain natin, ang restriction ay manggagaling sa mga numbers or values na pag sinubstitute mo sa x, magiging 0 ang denominator. So for example, meron tayong rational function which is f of x is equal to 2x plus 3 all over x. So the first thing that we're going to do is to equate the denominator to 0. So ang denominator natin dito sa rational function is x. So it will be x is equal to 0. So itong 0 natin, ito na yung maging restriction sa ating domain. And thus, our domain will be x is an element of real numbers such that x is not equal to 0. Lagi siyang real numbers kasi unlike kanina, nagkuha lang tayo ng two kinds of set, yung set A and set B. Dito sa rational function, ang set ng values ay nanggagaling sa real numbers. Kaya ito yung domain ng rational function. Our next example is f of x is equal to x minus 2 all over x plus 2. First is equate the denominator to 0. Ang denominator natin is x plus 2. So magiging siyang x plus 2 is equal to 0. And we're going to transpose itong 2 sa kabila. So magiging siyang negative 2. So ang value ng x natin will be negative 2. And this will be our restriction sa ating domain. Kaya ang domain natin is x is an element of real numbers such that x is not equal to negative 2. Okay, next is range of rational function. So meron tayong example ng rational function which is f of x is equal to x minus 2 all over x plus 2. And this is also equal to y is equal to x minus 2 all over x plus 2. Sa pagkuha ng range of rational function, we are going to interchange the x and y variable and solve for y. So sa madaling salita, kukunin natin yung inverse function ng rational function. So itong y maging x at yung x maging y. So ito yung equation natin which is x is equal to y minus 2 all over y plus 2. And then we are going to solve for y. So para magawa yun, itong y plus 2, i-distribute natin or multiply natin sa x. So magiging siyang x, quantity y plus 2 is equal to y minus 2. And we're going to distribute x. So magiging siyang xy, kasi x times y is equal to xy, and x times 2 is equal to 2x. So ang equation natin ay xy plus 2x is equal to y minus 2. So we are going to separate yung terms na may y variable sa wala. Ito yung meron, ito yung wala. So magiging siyang xy, kasi yung y ililipat natin sa kabila, magiging siyang xy minus y. Yung positive ng y magiging negative. Tapos itong 2x natin, ililipat natin sa kabila. So magiging siyang negative 2x minus 2. At ifa-factor natin itong xy minus y. Magiging siyang y times the quantity x minus 1 is equal to negative 2x minus 2. And then we are going to divide both sides of the equation by x minus 1. Makakancel yung x minus 1 dito. At matitira na lang yung y. So, ang equation natin ay y is equal to negative 2x minus 2 all over x minus 1. And this is the inverse function of this rational function. So dito, katulad ng pagkuha ng domain, mag-focus lang tayo sa denominator kapag nakuha na natin yung inverse function ng rational function. Okay, katulad kanina sa domain, we are going to equate the denominator to 0. Ang denominator natin ay x minus 1. So magiging siyang x minus 1 is equal to 0. And we are going to solve for x. So anong nangyari, yung negative 1, ililipat lang natin sa kabila. So magiging siyang positive. And the value of our x is equal to 1. And this will be the restriction para sa ating range. So ang range natin is y is an element of real numbers such that y is not equal to 1. So kapag malilito kayo kasi ito x pero ito y. So dito, dinidetermine lang natin kung anong magiging restriction pero hindi siya x talaga. Kapag range, syempre y yung variable natin. Kaya naging siyang y is an element of real numbers such that y is not equal to 1. So yung 1 kasi yung restriction natin. Okay, next is zeros of rational function. These are the values of x which make the function 0. Yun yung zeros. The real numbered zeros are also x-intercept of the graph of the function. So ang relationship ng x-intercept and zeros, kung ano yung zeros, yun din yung x-intercept. Minsan, hinahanap lang natin yung x-intercept at kapag real number ito, siya na rin yung zeros of that function. Okay, meron tayo example ng rational function which is f of x is equal to x minus 2 all over x plus 2. And we are going to equate the numerator to 0. Kung kanina ay denominator yung ini-equate natin sa 0, dito naman sa pagkuha ng zeros of rational function, magpo-focus naman tayo sa numerator. And the numerator in this rational function is x minus 2. So, i-equate natin siya sa 0, magiging siyang x minus 2 is equal to 0. And we are going to solve for x. So magiging siyang x is equal to 2. Therefore, x is equal to 2 is a 0 of f of x. Next example is f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 2 all over x minus 2. So ang numerator natin ay x squared plus 3x plus 2. And we are going to equate it to 0. So magiging siyang x squared plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. And we're going to solve for x. So para ma-solve ito, i-factor lang natin ito. And the factor of this polynomial is x plus 2 times x plus 1. And therefore, x is equal to negative 2 and x is equal to negative 1 are zeros of f of x. So dalawa yung zeros niya, negative 2 and negative 1. Unlike kanina, na isa lang. Okay, asymptote naman. Asymptote is a line that a curve approaches as it heads towards infinity. So ito yung curve and this is the asymptote. And ito yung line kung saan nag-approach yung curve pero hindi sila nagtatagpo. Kahit i-magnify natin itong curve and line, hindi sila mag-meet, hindi sila mag-intersect. Maglalapit lang sila pero hindi sila magtatagpo. Ay vertical asymptote of rational function. Meron tayong example, f of x is equal to x minus 2 all over x plus 2. So equate the denominator to 0. X plus 2 is equal to 0. And x is equal to negative 2. Therefore, the vertical asymptote of f of x is the line x is equal to negative 2. So itong equation na x is equal to negative 2, line ito. This is a vertical line. Kapag na-represent natin sa graph, ang graph ng rational function na ito ay ito. So ito yung line, ito yung graph natin, itong red part na ito. And this line is the vertical asymptote. Ang equation ng line na ito ay x is equal to negative 2. And this is the vertical asymptote. So next example natin ay f of x is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 4 all over x squared plus 6x plus 5. So we're going to equate the denominator to 0. So magiging siyang x squared plus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0. And we're going to solve for x. So pag solve dito, i-factor din natin siya. Ang factor ng x squared plus 6x plus 5 is x plus 5 times x plus 1. Therefore, the vertical asymptote of f of x are the lines x is equal to negative 5 and x is equal to negative 1. So, dalawang asymptote natin kasi quadratic equation ang denominator. And ito yung graph ng rational function na ito. This is yung red part, ito yung graph. And itong dalawang vertical line na ito are the vertical asymptote, which is x is equal to negative 5. So, katapat siya ng negative 5. So, ito naman x is equal to negative 1, katapat ng negative 1. Next is horizontal asymptote of rational function. Sa pagkuha ng horizontal asymptote of rational function, meron tayong sinusunod na horizontal asymptote theorem. Number 1, if both polynomials are in the same degree, we are going to divide the coefficients of the highest degree terms. So, example natin, itong f of x is equal to 4x minus 3 all over 2x plus 3. And f of x is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 4 all over x squared plus 6x plus 5. So, sa first example natin, makikita natin na same degree lang siya. Itong numerator ay hanggang x lang siya at yung denominator ay hanggang x lang din. Same as this one, kung may x squared sa numerator, may x squared din sa denominator. So, sa first rule ng horizontal asymptote theorem, sinasabi dito na kapag pareho ng degree yung highest coefficient or highest degree terms ng pareho ng numerator at denominator, ang gagawin lang natin is to divide the coefficient of the numerator to the coefficient of the denominator. Kung dito ang coefficient ng highest degree term is 4, dito naman ay 2. So magiging y is equal to 4 over 2. So the equation of the asymptote is y is equal to 2. Next, dito naman, x squared and x squared, ang coefficient nila pareho ay 1. So magiging y is equal to 1. And this is the equation of the horizontal asymptote. So, ito yung first equation, ito yung graph niya, at ito yung horizontal asymptote, which is equal to y is equal to 2. And this is the graph of the second example, which is x squared plus 4x plus 4 all over x squared plus 6x plus 5. Ito yung graph niya, ito yung mga red part. At ito yung line na ito yung horizontal asymptote. So mapapansin natin sa mga horizontal asymptote, kung babalikan natin, yung graph ay nag-approach lang siya dun. Pero hindi siya mag-intersect dyan sa line na yan. Palapit lang siya ng palapit. Okay. Number 2 rule. If the polynomial in the numerator is a lower degree than the denominator, the x-axis is the horizontal asymptote. Kung sa panguna, yun yung kapag magkapareho lang yung degree ng highest degree term sa numerator at sa denominator, dito sa second rule ng horizontal asymptote theorem, kapag yung numerator ay may lower degree than the denominator, so itong x ay mas mababa syempre sa x squared. So kapag nangyari yun, the horizontal asymptote is the x-axis. So, equation ng x-axis is y is equal to 0. So, yan yung horizontal asymptote kapag ang numerator has a lower degree than the denominator. So, katulad din nito, x lang siya sa numerator at x squared sa denominator. So, ang horizontal asymptote niya, kapareho nito ay y is equal to 0. Okay, next. The third rule is, if the polynomial in the numerator is higher degree than the denominator, there is no horizontal asymptote. So, ito yung example natin. Dito sa first example, yung 4x squared, syempre, mas mataas kaysa sa 2x. So, kapag nangyari yun, there is no horizontal asymptote. Ito lang sasagot natin kapag nangyari yan. There is no horizontal asymptote. This one, ito rin, x squared, syempre mas mataas siya sa x. Kaya wala siyang horizontal asymptote.